Welcome on behalf of Edureka. This is Ankit here. In today's session, we are going to discuss about the Python projects we can work on. The agenda for today's session would be, we will start by introduction to Python. Then we shall understand about installation and working with Python. Post that, I shall discuss with you Python projects. The Python projects which we are going to discuss have been divided into three levels, that is beginner level, intermediate level, and the expert level. And during this session, we will also keep on doing hands-on so that you understand the ease with which we can code on Python and we can use applications on Python. So first, let us understand what is Python. Python was developed by 𝐑𝐨𝐻𝐻𝐿. He was the creator of Python. It is one of the most popular programming languages. If you look at all the competitions which are taking place, be it in the field of data science or similar other fields, the most preferred package or most preferred language in which the competitor winners are posting their solutions are on Python. The advantages of Python are it is open source, which means that all its source codes are available for us to be used for free. It can be modified as per our requirements. It is very easy to learn. The main concept behind Python is that we should concentrate more on the code, on the logic, rather than on the syntax. So therefore, it ensures that it is very easy to learn for coding our applications. The other major technical advantage of Python is it works on OOPS concept, that is object-oriented programming. It is one advantage which makes the codes of Python very reusable and therefore is preferred among the developers. Lastly, the most important point, a large amount of standard libraries are available in Python which can be used to create different applications. Let us now look into the installation and setup of Python. This is a screenshot taken from the official website of Python. It is known as python.org. Okay, you can download the latest version of Python from this website. Python Interactive Shell. As can be seen in the screenshot, if you have to use Python, you have to use it in the interactive shell as shown in the screenshot. So therefore, the lines are coded, the language executes a code line by line, and Python provides an interactive shell to execute commands one by one. As a developer, this is not what we prefer for coding. Therefore, there are various Python IDE, which is known as Integrated Development Environment, which provides a platform to write Python scripts. So in short, you have by default given a Python shell on which you can execute Python codes. The issue with that is it is not very user friendly. Therefore, there are a lot of open source integrated development environment wherein we can code and execute codes on Python. So let me introduce to you few of the Python IDEs, integrated development environment. Jupyter notebooks are one IDE in which you can code. Like I have coded here, you can code your Python program and also you can execute your program to see its result. Okay, so this is known as IDE. Jupyter notebook is one such option. I will be showing you the second option known as Spider. Okay, even that is preferred among the developers. So you can see this on my screen. This is a IDE which is known by the name Spider. Here in this you can code your Python codes here. You can have a look at the various variables, at the plots within this code. You can have a look here. Suppose I run this program. So basically I'm running a machine learning program here. If you see that the program has been executed and all the variables generated in this program, I can see it here. I can have a look at it here. Okay, similarly all the plots that are generated in this program, I can look at this directly. So this kind of setup is known as IDE. There are various IDEs. I have shown you two. One is Jupyter, the other is Spider. Similarly, various other IDEs preferred by developers are VS Code, etc. Okay, it is upon your preference which IDE you would prefer. I prefer Spider for coding all my projects. Now let us understand what are the Python projects you should practice in order to gain solid foundation on your basics. The first level of Python projects you should choose are the beginner level Python projects. Now in this module, we will help you identify few of the beginner level Python projects. The first beginner level Python project we all can work on is guessing game in Python. Okay, so I hope all of you are clear what we are trying to do. We are going to create a game in Python. The advantage of coding this game is you will learn all the concepts of conditional statements. You will also understand a lot about data types in Python. You will learn about how to take inputs from the user and compare it with a randomly generated number. Okay, these features you will learn with guessing game in Python. Let me show you a demo of the same. So this is our first project. As you can see, we are using various packages, that is math and random. Okay, here I'm coding lower is equal to int input enter lower bound upper enter upper bound. Okay, so basically in this we are asking the user, please enter, it should be enter here, enter the lower bound, enter the upper bound. Then we are generating a number. Here you can see random.randit. We are generating a number between lower and upper. Then we will be printing. You have only certain number of chances to guess the integer. Initially, the number of guesses you will start, there will be a counter which tracks the number of guesses you are making will be 0. Now, herein we can also give a number. Here I have given a log number, that is upper minus lower plus 1. Basically, you can assume, suppose I give you 3 chances to guess the game. You can say you can put a number here 3 and it will print you have only 3 chances to guess the number. Then what are we doing? Once the count is 0 counter, the first count we generate a loop that if your count is less than the maximum number of guesses you can take, we will start asking the user, please guess a number. If the number is equal to the number between the upper bound and lower bound which the computer has generated is same, then it will say congratulations, you did it in dash try, you did it in so many tries, you have guessed the correct game number. Else if x is greater than guess, you guess too small. If your x is less than guess, it will say you guess too high. Similarly, if you couldn't track the number with the amount of guesses you have, it will post the comment, better luck next time after coming out of the loop. Let us try to run this program and understand it in more detail. Can you give me a number, a lower bound number? So you have to give a lower bound and an upper bound between which the computer will generate a random number. Let's take 50 and 100. Okay. So the lower bound we have given to the computer is 50. Upper bound we have given is 100. Now the computer will generate a number between 50 and 100. And it is saying based on this formula, that is math.log upper minus lower plus 1. It is saying you have 6 chances to guess the integer. 65, let me take that. The guess is too high. The guess is too high. I think we can easily crack it, which should be the next number, 55. Okay. Your guess is too small. This means the number is between 55 and 65. 59. Okay. You guessed too high. Therefore, our number is between 55 and 59. 57. You guessed too high. Again, it should be between 55 and 57. Obviously, it is 56. Congratulations, you did it in 5 tries. Okay, So this is a game we have generated using simple Python codes. What are the concepts of Python we have learned here? We learned about random number generator. We learned about math. Math is one module which is available in Python through which we can do a various mathematical calculations. Then we used a lot of conditional loops and also lot of conditional loops have been used here in this code in order to check whether our number is greater or lesser. For example, instead of a formula, I could have also set the number as say 3. Now I will have only 3 numbers to guess the number. So let us play it again. We play between say 40 and 70. Now it will say you have only 3 chances to guess the integer. I hope all of you are understanding. Previously I was using a formula which was generating based on the upper bound, lower bound, a number of guesses. Here I fixed it to 3. Okay. Now let us guess the number. Suppose I say 15. Your guess is too small. Let's take 60. It's too high. 55. You guess too small. Okay. So the code gets executed here and therefore we are out of the loop. Again, I change it back to the original form. If I run this, 50, 70, we have 4 chances. Let's say 44, 23. You guess too small because obviously it is lower than that. Let's say 55. I'm purposefully making the mistakes. And 34. And 34. So it gave us 5 number of chances in fact, and it is saying the number is 51. Better luck next time. Okay. So it passed on what we passed in the last in the last statement. If you are not able to answer within the stipulated guesses, you will have to say the number is this and better luck next time. So I hope all of you got the hang of it. I suggest all of you can code this program and try to learn about the basic concepts about Python. Which is the next project we can work on? Scientific calculator in Python. So basically here we are going to create a simple calculator in which for a given x and y we can do any operations, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication, divide, square, square root, sin x, cos x, tan x. Okay, so all of you, are you clear? In this project what we are going to do, we are going to create a lot of we are going to create a scientific calculator in which the user can do various mathematical operations for 2 numbers. Okay, let us look at the code for this. So herein, if you see, I have created this. Again will teach you a lot of functions here. We have created a lot of functions, that is add, given 2 numbers, how do you return, what do you need to return with add, subtract, multiply, divide. Similarly, we can create other operations also. Here we are taking input from the user. Input, what is your first number, input your second number, and then we ask the choice to the user what kind of activity or calculation you want, and based on the choice and the conditional statement, it will return the results based on those functions chosen by the user. Let us try this program out. So let us do maybe multiplication. We will say 3, enter. Enter the first number 100 or 156. Let's take another number 2 and the result is 312, right? Our calculator has calculated 312. So this is a very easy program to code. Herein you will learn about functions, how to define functions. You will learn about how to take input from the users, how to put conditional statements, and also how to print commands, right? These are the basic learning from this project. In that you will create your own simple application of doing mathematical operation. Okay, this is also a very famous programming structure which we teach or we recommend all our students to do. Basically, in this, using the loops, you have to print various patterns. You can print this triangle pattern, you can print this uh, two triangles on top of each other, or you can print a single inverted triangle, right? All these are very popular while learning about Python, wherein in order to understand the working of loops, especially nested loops, flow and control, we do or create such programs in which we create specific patterns. Okay, let us look at certain applications of this. So you can see here the pattern I am trying to create. If first it will print 1, then it will print 2, 2, 2 times, 3 times, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4 times, 5, 5, 5, 5 times, and so on and so forth. Okay, so it's very simple. First we initiate rows is equal to 6. Okay, suppose I say rows is equal to 3, so it means I want to print, I in my program I want to print up to 3 rows. Okay, for number in range rows, it will print whatever the range of rows you have given. So you have given till 3, so it will take 0, 1, 2 and 3, right? Now for I in range number, so suppose first time it is 1. For I in range 1, it will print 1 one time. For I in range 2, so it means it will run the loop for 2 times, right? This is a very simple program in which we learn about nested loops. Let us try this. So you see that rows is equal to 3, it has given 1, 2 and 2. Why it has taken uh, up to 2 though we gave the input as 3? Because we learned that in Python the loop range, if you give 3, 3 is not included in the loop. So in case you want to print up to 3, then you will have to give rows plus 1. Suppose I give this, then it will print till 3. Why? Because in a loop, it doesn't go up to the last digit. Okay, so last digit is not included in the range. So therefore, if you want to include 3, you have to give 3 plus 1 as the range. Similarly, in this, what the concept we have used there, instead of having the numbers, we are now printing star, and there is a pattern given to it. Okay, so we can write more complicated loops or nested loops in order to run these programs. Suppose I change the number of stars to 7 and run this. So you see that the triangle is created up to 7 rows. Okay, similarly you can also when try with different patterns. Like here I am trying the rectangular pattern. So I say rows is equal to 5. Let me take till rows is equal to 7 and run this. So you see I get this pattern. Okay, so all of us should practice this simple Python projects in which we draw different patterns. It will make you very strong on your nested loops. Okay, so let us now understand the next set of projects which I have defined as intermediate level Python projects. Okay, till now what we have learned, till now we have learned the beginner level projects. Okay, let us now look at the intermediate level Python projects. Now let us have a look at our intermediate level Python projects. Now I have chosen those projects herein wherein not only you require knowledge about Python, but also the applications, external applications which run on Python. Okay, in the first beginner level Python projects, we concentrated on those projects which required only native Python commands. We required good understanding about data types. We required good understanding about conditional loops. Now let us understand about the next level of projects. Great. So the first, which is very popular, especially among the kids also, is drawing with turtle in Python. Okay. So turtle provides a drawing window where we can draw any shape that we want. We will use the turtle in Python to draw an emoji. Okay. So we can draw an emoji as shown here, or we can also draw, suppose, let's not take an emoji. I'll show you something else which gives you better understanding about how to use turtle. Again, I'm repeating, in this kind of projects we are going to use external packages also, which can be used along with Python. So here we are going to use a module named as turtle. Okay, so we are importing turtle. In this command we are saying, hey turtle, please switch on your screen, and we are assigning it to a variable. The color of my screen I want is light blue. Okay, the screen which turtle will create, so turtle is basically creating the GUI for us. Okay, a graphical user interface. Here I'm saying, in this variable you switch on the camera screen. In the screen I want you to keep the background color light blue. The title of this should be turtle. I can also keep it, suppose, intermediate level Python projects. Okay, then I'm saying turtle, I'm creating a new variable, my underscore pen, in which we are switching on turtle.pen. Okay, it means a pen will be created as a GUI. The color of this pen I want is black color. Okay, then I'm creating a function. In that function I'm creating a loop which will basically draw a square for me. Okay, it will draw a square for me, and after moving certain size it will take a left turn. Okay, it will take a left turn. That also I can command here, and when it takes a left turn, the next time it draws, I want the size to be less than the original size for the next loop run. Okay, now I am calling this function with different sizes: 146, 126, 106, 86, 66. I'm asking, at the end of this I am deleting my pen and I'm closing my turtle screen. Okay, and now let me run this program. You'll understand it much better. Yeah, so all of you, can you see the screen? So this is the program which I have created and is running currently. Okay, it ran, and I also asked it to close the screen. Okay, suppose I can't comment this and I run this again. So here my program is running. All of you can see that. So basically it is drawing different sizes of square one by one. Okay. So I hope all of you can identify with this. I asked Turtle to create this GUI. The background of this I want light blue. The title I have given here is intermediate level Python projects, and the color is black. The color which of the squares I'm drawing is black. I can change it to different color, and then I've created a function which basically draws a square for me. Okay, and every time it draws a square, the next square which it draws is of a size lower by 5. Okay, then I ask it to draw different square sizes. It draws that, and at the end it will delete the pen, and it will stop my turtle screen. This is as simple as a program for writing in turtle. Similarly, you can create a program which I will suggest to all of you as a challenge. Use turtle and try to draw this emoji. Okay, I hope all of you can take that challenge. For those who will finish the beginning level or beginners levels of Python program, you can then try with this, wherein we are using a simple application known as turtle in order to draw an emoji. Okay, now let us understand the next intermediate level program, that is web app using Python Flask. Okay, so lightweight web applications are easily implemented using Flask micro framework in Python. In this project, we will make a simple web application that shows an image using the HTML template. So basically, suppose you want to create a application in which on the web page it shows a dog. Okay, we can easily create that using Python Flask. Okay, which is the application we can use there. Like how we use turtle, we can use here Python Flask. Okay, and then we have to execute using an HTML template, and using a Python class we can create such kind of web application. Okay, if you want to create more, full-blown web applications, websites, etc., for that we have another package known as Django. Okay, even Django is utilized for creating more complicated web applications. This is another interesting project which we can take, wherein we can try automating our web browsing experience using Selenium in Python. Okay, it is used a lot in the industry to automate a lot of stuff. Okay, so Selenium WebDriver is used to automate web browsing using Python in this project. Let me show you a demo for the same. So the application which I'm going to show you is a very useful application which I had developed. Okay, so in this application what we are going to do is we are going to go to a government website. Okay, all of you can see here, we are going to go to the government website, which is Ministry of Health and Family Welfare of Government of India. Okay, now every day we need to report how many people are affected by COVID and what is the status with respect to active cases, discharge cases and death cases. As you know, these numbers keep on updating. The government of India is updating these numbers every day in the morning 8 o'clock. Okay, now I want some application which can go to this website, okay, and get all these numbers. Okay, this table which is updated on government of India's website, instead of I going and copy pasting this, okay, I want a web application which can go there and detect this table and extract all the information of this table and help get it on my Python environment, so that I can do data analysis of this table. I'm going to create an application which will go onto this website and get all the information specific to this table from that website. Okay, now what I'm going to use for that, I'm going to use basically two packages. One is I'm going to use Selenium or Chromium driver. Okay, you can see here I'm installing Selenium. I'm then installing something called Chromium Chrome driver and another package called Beautiful Soup. Okay, I shall not go into the details of this, but basically all of you should remember that we are using Selenium, we are using Chromium driver, and we are using, in order to scrape the web contents, we are using Beautiful Soup. Okay, and then we will go to the Government of India website, and then we will give the location of, so if you see here, this is the HTML code written in order to have this website. Okay, now herein what Selenium does is it will go and search on this script and extract the code where the table is written. Okay, it will extract that code where the table is written and it will get all the information from there. Okay, so you can see here, yeah, this is the one. You can see here, this is the state data. Okay, it is here, the table is there and all the data results are there for COVID-19 India state wise: Andaman, Nicobar, Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, etc. Okay, so this is the script for that. Now Selenium will go, let me run this program now. Okay, I am now downloading the packages and installing the packages. I did this so that I could show you that this is how seamlessly. So the Selenium is not a native module available in Python. It is an external module. We are downloading it. So with the single command of pip install Selenium, we are able to download it. So it has got downloaded from the internet. Okay. So all these packages are getting downloaded from the internet. So with a couple of lines of code, we can download lot many modules from the internet, which is one of the major advantage of Python. Okay. Now I'm importing the packages. Now this WD is going to be my web driver. It is basically the browser. It is going to browse on this website. Which website I want to browse? I'm saying wd.get.hfw.gov.in. It will go and it will get all the details from this web browser. It will take a bit of time. You may understand what it is doing in this command is it is getting all the codes. It is getting all this information from the web browser, okay, from mohfw.gov.in. Okay, now what I'm going to use, I'm going to use beautiful soup in order to extract the information we want from this web driver. Okay, we will get the information whatever we require. Okay, so we require the table. Oh, I didn't run this command. So I'm creating the variable soup and now I'm going to run this command. So it has got the table. Now I'm going to print the table. It has printed the table. All the table related commands are printed here. Now I'm doing post processing of this data. All of you can see, look here, that this is my title of the data. I think this last command will give you a better understanding of what's happening. Yes, perfect. Zoom. All of you, can you see here? I get all the data related to how many active cases are there in Andaman Nicobar since yesterday. Now you can imagine with this simple application, I can every day go, or if this website is getting updated every 1 hour also, you can see the numbers here: 145, 9, 4398, 2061. I'm getting the same numbers here: 145, 9, 439, 8, 2061. I have got the table here. Okay, all of you, I've got the table from the website of India. Now I can apply a lot of machine learning. I can do a lot of data analysis on this data set. Okay, so this is a very useful application of or automation which is given by Python using Selenium, Chromium driver, and Beautiful Soup. Okay, let us now go back to our presentation, formal presentation. So I have just given you an example how we do web browsing using Selenium. Okay, this is an intermediate level Python project. Now let us understand couple of advanced level Python projects. One is GUI Calculator using Tincter. Okay, so this is one project which I feel all of you can do once you have completed your beginner level programs. You have completed your intermediate level projects. Now let us make more complicated projects using other applications. One is Tincter project. Okay, so basically here we are going to create a calculator. Okay, we had already created a calculator in our beginner level project, but here we are going to make a GUI also. So using Python, we are also going to create a GUI for the calculator. Okay, let me show you that application. So all of you, can you see I've written a lot many code here, right? I've written codes here. So basically I've created functions. Okay, why have I created functions? Because in a calculator there are a lot of functions. Okay, now coming to the GUI part, we are using something known as Kinter in order to create the GUI part. Rest all of you have understood. We need to write a lot of functions in order to do the operations the calculator does, like sum of total, enter your number, clear entry. We want to find out the tan h or the tan of a number, log of a number. All these applications require all these calculations. So for that we have written the code. Okay, it's basically writing codes in functions. Okay, then what we have done for creating the display, we are giving the dimensions, we are creating a grid, we have created a number pad. Okay, all this requires the use of Kinter. Okay, and for the button, similarly we can write one by one which buttons we want and what should be the characteristic of each of the button, like what size, what color, etc. All this can be coded here. Okay, what you need to display the text, that also can be written specifically here, and then all the menus and functions we have written separately. Okay, let me run this program in order to understand it better. So this application is completely written in Python end to end. Okay, this application is completely written in Python end to end. Suppose I do 2, right? If I press 2, you can see the display is also 2 and there is a mathematical operation which also requires to be done. Suppose I write plus, so there needs to be a trigger of a function plus 3. Now if I write equal to, it should give me the results, right? So if with each click, there is a command which needs to be given. That interface is between GUI and 𝐾 is taken, GUI and the program is taken care by the 𝐾 or all the code which we have written. Now suppose we write equal to, it gives us 5 here. Okay, it gives us 5 here. Which is the package we are using here? We are using 𝐾 here, and we are writing commands, a lot of functions we are writing, and then we are writing the display commands, etc., creating the buttons, and a GUI is created for a calculator, and we are now able to use it for various applications. 2 into 3 equal to 6. Okay. So I suggest all of you, if you are interested in creating good GUIs, good program, etc., you can have a look at this Python project. Wow, this is very interesting project. I'm sure you'll have a good time going through this. It's about speech recognition and speech to text. So speech recognition and speech to text is an advanced concept that can be further used for various applications like chatbot assistance. We will use a simple speech to text and text to speech application in this project. Okay, I have created one project on this. Let me show you that. So you see this, in this project, what basically happens is we need to speak. Okay, there are a list of fruits here. These are the list of fruits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it's very simple program. There are 6 fruits here. What will the command program do? It will select on random. On random, the program will select one of this fruit. Okay, and it will give us 3 tries in order to select 3 fruits and identify which is the one our program has chosen randomly. Okay, so it is similar to the beginner level project which we had done, but here the twist is what we have done, we have included speech to test. So you see here, I am installing a package known as speech recognition. Now there are various packages given free by Google, Amazon, etc., which can help you create application in which you will speak to the application and it will convert it into text, or similarly it will convert your text into speech. Okay, I'm just installing that. I am doing it live for all of you so that you understand. See, within few seconds I have installed a very complicated speech recognition technology into my Python environment. Similarly, we require another package, that is PyAudio. It is trying to install that. Once it installs it, you can run this program and then it will ask us to speak. Okay, it will ask us to speak. We will say banana. It will then say, okay, does banana match with any of the pronunciation given in this words? Okay, so it will do that. Let me try this, running this now. It has installed it. Okay, so there is some error in the installation. There are some errors here. I will have to debug that. It may happen sometimes. It is a open source package. It may happen. You may have to debug it. So that is one challenge you will learn while going through this projects. Okay. Anyways, the idea is to expose you to different kind of projects and different kind of applications you can create using Python. Herein, I have created a program or a command which can help us use this. So there is currently we need to debug certain parameters in order to make it running. It was already running, but we may have to go through it now, but it will take some time. So let us skip that. But I hope all of you are able to understand what kind of applications are required in advanced level projects. Okay. Yep, it's still giving me some errors. Okay, there are some Visual Studio error. I will have to sort it out. Okay. Anyways, let us look into some other projects which are of advanced level, that is object detection using OpenCV. Now OpenCV, there are other tools also, more complicated deep learning models. I'm opening that program. just to summarize what all we have learned till now, we have learned beginner level projects. In that, I showed you 3 different projects which can create. Then I showed you intermediate level projects in which I have shown you different packages we can use. And now I'm showing you advanced level projects wherein we can create various applications using Python. So now I'm going to show you a beautiful project which we had done in order to identify whether the image is of banana or not. Okay, it will take couple of minutes to load. Just let me give me some time for the same. In this code, I've used OpenCV packages in order to detect faces in a given image. Let me show you a demo of the same. So I am now running the program in front of all of you. I'm installing all the packages, all the whatever is required to run the program, and it uses a package known as OpenCV, right? So herein what I have given an image. I can give a streaming video on this, and the application is detecting the faces on it. Okay, it detects the faces in the application. So this is known as object detection. I hope everyone is clear. This is known as object detection. What are you detecting here? You are detecting out of the whole image only faces. So all of you can see easily that I have built this using a simple deep learning model and with the use of OpenCV. So we have used cv2.dnn package in order to read this faces. So that model is basically detecting the faces for us, and the application or the package which we have used to run that model is OpenCV. Okay. Similarly, let me give you another example wherein I have used OpenCV and I've also used PyTorch in order to detect whether in a given image the fruit is banana or not. So here it has detected that the fruit is banana, and here it is also classifying whether the banana is ripe or overripe. Okay, so we had developed this application for the banana industry wherein you may imagine the banana the it can be used, this model if deployed on a camera or deployed on a mobile, can be used by the farmers to detect how many bananas are ripe or not ripe in their stock. Okay, so this was the purpose of creating this application. This application was also entirely created using Python. This also requires a lot of understanding about deep learning and artificial intelligence. Using those models, I have created this application. Okay, it's a beautiful application, used very simple, but solves a big problem for the people in the banana industry. Similarly, in this image, you can see that the program Python code is detecting the people in the frames. Great. So I hope you enjoyed today's session. Have a bright future. All the best. Thank you very much.